What up, brawlers? Welcome back to Throwing Hands. It's me. I still have the Cody Garbrandt haircut. Not Cody Garbrandt. Shoot, what's his name? I got Colby Covington haircut. It's a little brutal, but give it a couple weeks. And Breck does not have a Colby Covington haircut. Breck, how you doing?
I got more like the Chase Hooper look going, but yeah, a little Colby Covington. I don't know if you saw what he said today. That was interesting.
What'd he say?
I don't know if I should really repeat it on the podcast, but it was it was it was interesting.
All right, so we'll talk about some stuff at them, but we're gonna get right into this awesome fight card. Nasrat Haqparast, aka Kelvin Gastelum, versus Rafa Garcia. Haqparast is violent. That's something we learned in this fight. I know you didn't watch too much of it, but do you have any takeaways from this one?
No, like you told me, it was a violent fight, and he outstruck Garcia in like every aspect. Mostly on the feet, no takedowns, and a good win for Hasparak.
Definitely. All right, to the fight that we were all talking about at the end of the night. Charles Jourdain versus Marcelo Rojo. Woo! This was a banger, to say the least, but Charles Jourdain getting the TKO toward the end of the third round. It seemed like Marcelo Rojo, his body just had enough, and he just fell on the ground. It was pretty brutal, but Jourdain, if you could piece some other things together, I think he'll be a problem in this division. What do you think? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Jourdain looks unbelievable in this fight. It was a really good fight through too. Like I don't know how you scored it. I thought it was. I guess most people had it
1-1.
I had it 1-1 too. So, like you said though, Rojo just took too much punishment, and like that shot to the body just dropped. Like he just said no more. And Jourdain, that was ridiculous too. Like his little Superman Anthony Pettis like punch when Rojo was on the ground, and he like flew off the cage and punched him. You see that? That was awesome. And yeah, like you said, if this Jourdain guy can just keep going, he could be a problem one day.
Yeah, for Rojo, he's a newcomer to the UFC. He did good. I think he couldn't have, except for the win, he couldn't have asked for a better UFC debut because he shows he's there to play. But Jourdain, I don't think he's ready for top 15 just yet. But I think he's like top 20, top 25. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I despite the loss, Rojo showed a lot of fight in him, and it was a good performance by him despite the loss. And like you said, Rojo could be finding himself on these prelims going forward, but Jourdain should definitely fight somebody, step up in competition in his next fight.
For sure. All right, no surprises here. Angela Overkill Hill, she always comes to play. Great fight by her. I think. Ashley Yoder isn't exactly a formidable opponent. Excuse me, in my opinion, but she showed out. She did great. I think she proved that. Yeah, she could have won those last two fights against Gadela and Watterson. She did great. Ashley Yoder, she still has some things to piece together, but this was a great fight overall. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, Angela Hill looked great in this fight. She just came out firing. So much volume from her in this fight. Like the strike numbers show, like just outstruck her in every which way. And I mean, the only success it seemed like Yoder had was when she got those two takedowns. But besides that, I mean, Hill dominated most of this fight. And like you said, going back to those previous fights, maybe she did win those last two fights.
Yeah, I mean, that I will say this about her one takedown. Very simple. I like the takedown. I was just like, all right, nice takedown. But yeah, I don't know what's next for Yoder. She's meh, honestly. She hasn't been doing. I mean, she's lost 2 out of her last 3 against Souza and Hill. I mean, I don't blame her for losing against Hill, to be honest, and Marcos. So she's lost 3 or 4. I think if she has to pick up a win here, or else she gets the boot. What do you think?
Yeah, I echo a lot of what you're saying. It's more about Angela Hill, this result. It's like she just keeps improving as a fighter.
Yeah, and it's like she's 37, something like that. Like
36, yeah.
She's doing great. So I think Tisha Torres would be a great fight for Angela Hill next. I know there hasn't been too much going on up there. We have Dern and Ansarov coming up. We got some good fights coming up in this division. We have Namajunas and Zhang Weili. But yeah, I think Tisha Torres is a good fight. Or heck, run it back with Michelle Watterson. What do you think?
Yeah, both of those are good. I believe, has she fought Tisha Torres in the past? Hill?
I don't know. Let me take a look.
I want to say she maybe fought Tisha Torres. I could be thinking of.
She fights a lot, man.
That's what I'm saying. She fights a lot.
It doesn't look by the looks of it that she has fought Tisha Torres.
Yeah, that's if she hasn't. That's the match. You're right. Tisha Torres looked unbelievable in her last fight too, I believe.
Oh, she did fight Tisha Torres.
Yeah, I remember
6 years ago, practically.
6 years ago. So the fighters have both improved a lot since then, and
yeah, it's time to run it back.
It's time to run it back.
All righty, to the first event on the main card. Another freaking knee. Eric Anders, our boy from.
You mean Piotr Jan? Question mark.
Brazilian Piotr Jan. But yeah, Darren Stewart. Dude, Eric Anders was putting the pounding on Darren Stewart. It was ugly, to be honest. He looked all right. But that I think the down opponent rule has to change, because I think if you're prepared for it, that knee wouldn't be too bad, and you could just avoid a lot of punishment by that. I'm not endorsing soccer kicks, guys. By no means. That's gross. Oh, you want soccer kicks?
I want pride rules. I want pride rules back, dude. I want soccer kicks. I want
foot stomps.
Foot stomp. I want it all.
All right. So I think they have to run it back. What do you think?
I agree. I just don't know if it's tough to make the same fight over and over. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough to book it again.
Yeah.
But like you said, I think this downed opponent rule definitely has to change. Like you said, like, there's a lot of stuff going, like that knee. If they throw it, you could catch it and then take the person down potentially off of that. Like, it could be a whole. It could be if you allow the knee to be legal, there could be a whole new, like, offensive or defensive game plan from that position. Back in the day, you used to be able to throw knees like that. And like you said, though, Anders was like really pouring it on Stewart here, and it's like
they wonder if stop the fight at some point.
You wonder if this knee to the head saved Stewart, because I think he probably gets finished pretty soon in that fight, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't. And I think Eric Anders looked better than he has in a very long time. I think
he looked great. Looked in great shape too.
So, all right. I think the thing to do is run it back, but we wouldn't be surprised if we saw these two guys get different opponents. All right. Somehow Manel Kopp lost this fight. I don't know how. I thought Kopp won the first 2 rounds and Nicolo won the last one, but this was awesome to watch too. These two guys are going to be great in this division. These are 2 great additions to this division. What were your thoughts on this one?
I agree. Both these guys, young, exciting fighters, and great new additions to the UFC roster. And like you said, I thought Kopp won this fight. I guess the judges saw those 2 takedowns as the deciding factor, which I don't like. A lot of the times, that's the thing. If you don't hold him and you don't smash, as Khabib says, you don't do any damage when you take somebody down. You just hold them down. Like, to me, how are you winning the fight? You know what I mean? It's just you're just hugging a guy. And I know the strike numbers are very similar, but if you just the eye test, I thought, like you said, I thought Kopp won the first 2 and lost the third.
Wrestling power, get down ground, wrestling power.
Yep.
All right. I think these guys both deserve top 15 opponents next. I think these 2 guys are going to be a staple of this division for a while.
Yeah, I don't know if Kopp deserves a 15 right away. I think they'll give him another opponent to try to get a win on his resume.
Yeah.
Somebody, more in his
someone like you said, contender series or something.
Maybe, yeah. But like you said, they both have bright futures.
All righty. To the next fight of the evening. Woo! We thought David Grant was going to win by submission or something, but damn, that was a nasty left hand. Oh my gosh. Right hand to the body, set up the read. Boom! Martinez was a body on the ground. What do you think, man?
Like we said, we in the preview, we thought like both these guys have almost double-digit submissions, and this was a complete stand-up fight. Barely any takedown attempts, and Grant just outstruck him. I mean, I think Grant got wobbled in the first,
Mm-hmm.
but came back in the second and dropped him with the left hook Larry right in front of Bisping, making the English proud.
Yeah, I don't know where these guys go. Are they 35ers?
I believe so.
Yeah, they're 35ers.
35ers.
So that division's pretty stacked. I don't see
It's
Davy
getting
Grant.
stacked.
I don't see
Yeah.
David Grant getting someone top 15. Well, he's won a few in a row, so I think he might get some top 15.
Yeah, he might get one of those 13 to 15 ranked guys.
Yeah, let's take a look at the rankings. Kyler Phillips, screw it, make it happen. Sean Shelby, but Jonathan Martinez, I don't know where he lands. He's an
Yeah, I'm not
interesting-
sure. He didn't fight a terrible fight. He looked good in the first. Yeah. And he just got caught by a beautiful left hook. So
Yeah, I mean, this was his first loss. He's won 4 of his last 6, so I think he's not going anywhere.
No.
All right, we got to talk about this one though.
Wow.
Dan Ige,
One punch,
one
look at those
shot
stats.
landed, and Gavin Tucker was a dead man on the ground. Oh my gosh, that was a nasty straight right to his upper lip. Whew, he didn't even hit him in the jaw, and he was down like that. Wow. What were your thoughts?
We thought this fight, previewing it, was going to be fight of the night, and it was. Wouldn't want to say maybe it could be fight of the night, but for a different reason than we expected. We thought this would be, a stand and bang war on the feet for 3 really hard rounds, but Dan Ige, one punch straight down the barrel. Wonder if those, he does like those body shot challenges with Ngannou at Extreme Couture. Maybe, little Francis power, rubbed off on him. Got a little bit of that magic from Francis. So I was shocked because I thought Gavin Tucker was gonna maybe like win the decision, but Dan Ige is legit, man. Like he lost to Cater, and
It's not a bad loss.
He obviously grew, and maybe one day we could see that rematch would be awesome. But
maybe for the belt, who knows?
Maybe, but I think I don't know if you saw the post fight. He called out Korean Zombie, I believe, Dan Ige.
Yes, make it.
Make it. That's an unbelievable fight.
And I think Gavin Tucker deserves another guy top 15, to be honest. That's just a freak thing that happened.
Yeah, it could happen to anybody.
But dude, I was sitting at the desk working. I was like the D2, so I worked from 8 to 12 at the desk. So I was just watching the fights. And when Dan Ige just landed that straight and I saw Gavin Tucker's body flail get on the ground, I got up out of my seat and I just ran into the mailroom like, oh my gosh.
It was insane.
Speaking of another fight that ended pretty quickly, Misha Kirkenhoff versus Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann getting it done quick. That was pretty brutal. What do you think?
Yeah, Ryan Spann needed this win coming off that Johnny Walker loss. It was a huge comeback, and he looked great in this fight. Like you said, got done quick in the first, only threw a few strikes. Serkinov just got dropped with a beautiful punch, and you just wonder where Serkinov goes from here. He's getting a little older, but Ryan Spann could be a really future, like, I don't know about title contender, but a top guy in the division for years to come.
Yeah, I think him and Jamal Hill will be really good in the future. I mean, this 10 through 15, except Paul Craig, that's a lot of young talent right there, except for Kirkenhoff. I mean, you got Ankalaev up there. You got this division is going to be good. Give it 2-3 years, it might be the best division in the UFC.
Yeah, there's a lot of young prospects, but don't disrespect my man Paul Craig. Paul Craig's the man, all right? The Bear Jew, love him.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. I'll say that. I think Ryan Spann should wait for the loser of Smith Crute.
Smith, yeah, that's who he called out, I believe, post fight. So that would make sense. Yeah, that's a good
Uh,
shout.
Kirkunov, Hill. I don't know. Jamal Hill had to pull out against Paul Craig, but it's all right. I love Jamal Hill though. Shout out Jamal Hill. Man, this sucked. Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad. Leon Edwards looked fresh, freaky fresh, just like I think that's like I'm mixing Wendy's and Jimmy John's up. But remember the name? Yeah, remember it because I don't know what's gonna happen to these two guys after that stupid eye poke. What were your thoughts on this one, man?
You know, another week, another controversial fight. This sucked because it looked like it was shaping up to be a good fight. Edwards was clearly, I don't know how you had it, but clearly winning round
Yeah,
one.
absolutely.
But Bilal, like
He's
he wasn't.
game.
He's game. I think the longer that fight went on, Bilal, it's such a damn shame. It's just there's a lot of things coming out of this fight we have to talk about. Like one, Edwards saying he won this fight and
No.
deserves a title shot next.
No.
Come on, bro. You didn't fight for 600 days, and then you're saying you have to run this back. I don't know how they don't run this back.
Yeah, I think if this fight got into like the latter part of the third round in the fourth and the fifth, Bilal Muhammad's cardio is fantastic. So I think it'd be interesting to see that run back. And Leon, come on, man, you don't deserve the title shot after a DQ. Like, come on, man.
It's not a win. Like I don't know why he was saying this is a win. And he looked in great shape. He looked really good on the feet. I think Edwards probably was on his way to victory, but we'll never know. You know what I mean? Like Bilal takes him down, submits. We never know. You know what I mean? And it brings into question again. What do we do with these gloves? A lot of talk about it on Twitter. I don't know if you saw. It's like something's got to change with the eye. They got to make it a harsher rule. Maybe like a 2-point deduction for an eye. It's getting out of hand. Somebody is gonna really like. I know people point to Bisping, but Bisping lost for him getting kicked in the face and it
by
shattered
TRT Tour.
Yeah, TRT Tour. But it's gonna take somebody to like lose an eye for them to make this change, and it's a shame because like the pictures were horrendous, and he's bleeding. He was in agony. They said it's one of the DC was talking about it on the commentary, and we know DC just got eye poked terribly in that last fight against Stipe.
He's dealt a few out though.
That's true. You give some, you take some, but it's just like it's ridiculous with these gloves, man. Like I don't know if you've seen the when Joe Rogan had Trevor Whitman.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dustin
Great
Gaethje
podcast.
on. Yeah, great listen. Trevor Whitman has a glove. He works for the UFC, and he designed a glove that kind of covers the fingers, and it encourages a closed fist, but you can open it up to grapple.
Yeah, it goes with the natural contour of the hand.
So it's just like, and they don't want to introduce it because they want to own the patent to the glove, and it's like, get a deal done and get these gloves in circulation because it's getting out of hand with these.
Yeah, I've put on the UFC gloves back 5-6 years ago. They haven't changed, and I remember just having to use effort to close my fist. Like, that's terrible.
It's just, yeah, it's not good. And maybe they got to make a stricter rule when, you have your hands out in that boxing stance, like close your fist more. But like, it's just tough on fighters. They don't mean to do this. You know what I mean? In the beginning of battle.
Yeah. All right.
It just sucks.
Yeah, it really does. Come on, Uncle Dana. He said something for years along the lines of, yeah, we're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. But come on. Anyway, lots of welterweight news to speak about. Stephen Thompson wants Colby Covington. That's interesting. I'm for it. Volume versus precision. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh. Were you talking about Polyana Viana?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Polyana.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, exactly.
Like that's you don't find some other people. But yeah, none of the top 5 guys want to fight each other.
I saw this before, a comment on Twitter about this. The welterweight division is like the boxing of MMA. Like, like the fighters never want to fight each other. in historically the last like 10 years in boxing, a lot of top guys don't want to fight other top guys
Hmm.
because of promotions, WBC, whatever the case may be. That's what it's like in the welter. What these guys don't want to fight. It's unbelievable. The only two people that want to fight are Usman and Wonderboy. That's and then
Make the fight.
and then make it for the belt. Wonderboy should deserve to fight for the belt just based off like
His character.
his character one, but like it's just ridiculous that these Masvidal, Edwards, and Colby, like it's just like I get Edwards fought, but it's such a frustrating division. You know what I mean?
It's so good too.
I'd say that's the biggest crime of it all. It's a great division, but it's just littered with inactivity. You look at some of the other divisions of these guys just fighting all the time. It's like you're fighters. Like Chael Sonnen said this, you're fighters, fight.
Yeah, like the middleweight division, the top 10 guys fight all the time.
All the time. And they want to get to the belt. And these guys all just want to say they want to fight for the belt, but then they don't want to, stack up wins and then show that they deserve to fight for the belt. They all just want to fight Usman just based off of like, I don't understand. Masvidal lost to him and just wants to rematch. Like,
now, I do understand Colby Covington's perspective on this.
A little bit, yeah.
I think after that absolute decimation of Tyron Woodley, like, it should go to either Thompson or Covington, in my opinion.
I think Colby should fight Gilbert Burns. I think that's the fight to make.
That's a great fight.
We should have included Gilbert in that person. He fights.
Yeah,
we can't include him in that conversation.
And Gilbert's like one of the most likable guys in the UFC.
Oh, likable guys in the UFC, but it's just like there's like divas in this division. It's unbelievable. Like Edwards, Masvidal, and Colby are like the three divas of the UFC to me. Like it's unbelievable what's going on there right now.
Speaking of great fight, Gaethje Chandler in the works.
That's pure violence is the only way to describe that fight.
This fight's not getting out of the first round.
If it does, it's going to be just a 5-round. No, it can't get past 3 rounds. There's no chance this gets past 3 rounds. Like
they're going to go out and try to kill each other.
Well, they're going to go at 110 miles an hour, both of them, until one of them falls. It's going to be amazing.
This can't not be a bad fight.
I don't know how you feel going into it, but like seeing how much Khabib handled Gaethje so easily on the ground, like you would have to favor Chandler in his wrestling, And Gaethje's like talked about how D1 All-American wrestler, but like he got destroyed by Khabib on the ground. You know what I mean?
Let's just take Khabib out of the equation. Gaethje is a fantastic defensive wrestler.
He is, but like I favor Chandler's wrestling. It just seems like Chandler uses his wrestling more in fights.
Yeah.
Gaethje has fallen in love with being the knockout artist and just only likes to stand on his feet.
Yeah, but this fight's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, this is fight of the night written all over it.
I think just give him the 50K already. Oh, Fury Joshua alert.
I'm pumped. Is this like? It's definitely the biggest. Is it probably? I don't know the history too well, but like biggest boxing fight Britain's ever made, right?
Yeah,
easily.
This is awesome.
And I like how they signed the 2 fight deals. Just one loses, you get the immediate rematch. But like these 2 guys have to fight because I think Wilder Ruiz is in the works, which is another great fight in its own right. But this is gonna be a unbelievable fight. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think Fury takes this one. I know it's a way too early prediction, but
it's way too early. I want to see videos of these guys' camps and everything. Although that doesn't tell the full story, but dude, there's no way one of these fights won't be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like watching Anthony Joshua back in, what was it, January when he fought that one guy? Oh my gosh. Like I hadn't watched Anthony Joshua box before that. He is phenomenal.
Starts with a P,
Pulev.
I believe. Pulev, yeah. He looked unbelievable. I mean, since the Ruiz fight where that was his first time he's really been, tested.
Yeah.
He looks like he just became a better boxer since then, Like he better defensively. And yeah, like he just looks great. And Fury's the man. So
This is gonna be awesome.
It's what you want to see in boxing, right? None of this,
Not like who Canelo fought the last time. That was a joke.
Yeah, fighting tomato cans. Like, I want to see the best fight the best. Like how it was back in the old, we would be remiss not to shout out, Marvin Hagler
Yeah.
passed away. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Legend of the boxing game. If you haven't seen that first round of Hagler Hearns,
it's awesome.
It's just, adrenaline packed. It's ridiculous. First round of boxing.
Now, I will say this: Alvarez is fighting Billy Joe Saunders.
Okay,
that's a good fight.
If he wins, who's beating?
Who's beating Canelo Alvarez
right now?
No one. The only reason Canelo Alvarez lost to Floyd Mayweather was because Floyd Mayweather made him cut a ton of weight.
Not even that. It's like he wasn't the defensive boxer he is now. Like,
no.
Floyd just showed him a lesson in defense, and Canelo basically took that lesson and has applied it to every fight. You know what I mean? Like, he's unbelievable defensively now.
His body punches are nuts.
Insane.
Oh my gosh.
It's just I want to get a third Triple G Canelo fight, but I don't think we'll ever see it.
No, sadly.
I don't know how you felt. I thought Triple G won that first fight.
I don't know.
The one that was a draw.
I mean, they did see, boxing's messed up. Let's be honest here.
Messed up.
There's no way the first one was a draw, in my opinion. They just wanted to get the rematch. Now, I will agree in Fury Wilder, the first one. I do agree with Fury won that fight, but I agree with the draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just because he got dropped 12th
twice.
Round. Yeah,
dude. I mean, he came back like Voltron. Like,
it was like the Undertaker. He just rose up.
Oh, left the stove on. But yeah, dude. I mean, Callum Smith. Like, come on, really? But yeah, I mean, Miguel Cotto is good. That's like the last good guy he fought besides Golovkin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I gotta bounce out soon, but there's one more thing I wanted to mention. I don't like Aljamain Sterling really.
I like him because he's a local, Long Island, kid like me. But it's starting to get a little. The more and more he speaks, it's like, man, he's not handling this too well.
No,
it's hard to handle it well, but like, man, just say you're not the champ. Like DC talked about this on this, Hawani. Like, remember when I want to say, what was it? Like, he got the belt because John tested positive or something, right? And they gave DC the belt until the rematch or something. But DC was like, I never said I was the champ. I never felt like the champ. And then he fought, I'm getting my timelines mixed up, but it was essentially the same situation where DC got awarded the belt, and he said, "I'm not the champ" until he fought Volkamir, I think, right?
Oostamir. Vulcan Oostamir. You kind of just faces them together.
Dude, Middle European names, man. There's too many. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I got one.
Yeah, but it's like you said, though. It's like I just want to see them feed TJ Dillashaw to Sandhagen, and Sandhagen just knock this clown out,
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to send you a TJ Dillashaw combos video. It was awesome to watch.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He should not be fighting for the title.
No. Number one contender? Okay, I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that, yeah, because he was the champ. So, but him and Sandhagen for the number one contender spot. That's a
great fight.
Great fight.
That's a great fight. All right, Breck, I got a skedaddle. You got anything else to add?
Nope. Good episode.
Good episode. We'll see you guys next time.